and I never really give my opinions on this. I just throw a question asking you, but I'll sort of throw mine out here for this one. CM Punk recently returned to professional wrestling. The last time he was really in any sort of performing arena was UFC in 2018, where he put on one of the worst performances against the second worst UFC fighter, at least of the modern era. How can one sort of take CM Punk seriously after that performance, or is that just pro wrestling? And I mean, where's your stance on putting CM Punk right in the main event when that's your lasting memory?
When it comes to professional wrestling, if you don't have it yourself, there are other people that will be working on your behalf to come up with creative storylines. To where, I mean, literally, they could actually orchestrate a match where you might get hurt, or a loser leaves town, or something along those type of stipulations, and you lose, and poof, you're gone. And maybe 6 months later, you reemerge, and you're wearing an entirely new costume. You might have a new hairdo. You might have a beard, a mustache. You might have a Mongolian pigtail. I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that they could do hair-wise, costume-wise, but then story-wise. Because there's singles matches, and then there's tag team matches. So there's so many different ways that you can orchestrate a career that I always say that when it comes to professional wrestling, anything is possible in the crazy world of professional wrestling. If Vince McMahon wanted a midget with a feather to beat a giant just by tickling him a little bit, he starts to laugh, and he tickles him a little more, the giant falls on his back, and then the midget pins him. That you heard it here first, folks. if you see that happen now in professional wrestling. So anything is possible.
So would you suggest that pro wrestling fans are far more forgiving than MMA for past losses?
Oh, hugely, yes. I mean, it's I'd say, again, it kind of depends on your personality, though, too. A lot of these professional wrestlers, they do interact with the fans in different ways, whether they go to these different fan fests or even how they come out to the arena. What do they do after their matches as they leave the ring? You get different opportunities to display your character and your interaction. Because I mean, I've worked with a lot of other professional wrestlers in the past and tried to help them with their character. And I go, everything before you ever step through that curtain, what does that music say about you? The moment that you step through that curtain, what is that uniform that you're wearing? Your costume, the trunks, the singlet. I mean, what does it say about you? How are you conducting yourself? How are you carrying yourself to the ring? I mean, literally, by the time before you ever get into that ring itself, people should almost have a good understanding. I don't like this guy, or yeah, I want to get behind this guy, or gal. So